What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JusticeXFalls. We back at it again with another video, and today we're reacting to a video about one of the great content creators of our time, Berleezy. I came across this video in my suggestions. Shout out to Banks 2.0. Shout out to her. She's reacting to a video that a content creator made called "The Downfall of Berleezy." And while I'm watching this, I'm sitting there like, yo, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking shit. So I was like, you know what? I might as well cut the camera on and do the reaction myself. Why not? You feel me? Because I always do content about other creators. Well, not always, but it's a part of my repertoire. So we're gonna go over to
I know you see the
Roscoe. Is that the name? I don't know why he decided to pick that small ass text. But Roscoe, he has 101 subscribers, 5.9K. He uploaded this a month ago. That's pretty good analytics for a channel with 101 subscribers. But you know, look at the topic of destruction. Look at the subject, and then look at the descriptor of said subject. That's a telltale sign of why this video got this many views, because he's basically low key. Anytime you put a downfall, unless the motherfucker really downfell, I feel like you want some hating shit. So see, I'm already talking shit and the video didn't even start yet. So I'm gonna check out bro video. Shout out to Roscoe. It does take time to sit down and edit these videos. I'm pretty sure he probably had like an hour's worth of content and he had to condense it down into this 30 minutes. Or he maybe had less and had to fill in. So I understand the process of making these longer form videos with all these editing and cuts and shit like that. So he had to really sit, and he did chapters, so he really had to sit there and he really picked out concise points of where he wanted to jump in at. Now the other girl, I forget her name already, sorry, I'm terrible with this, Banks 2.0, she said that the comment section was like 50-50. Like, yeah, I missed because basically the argument from what I've seen so far was that Berleezy was not doing the exposed content anymore. And she said the comments was like 50-50. See, I agree for the most part. How feeling Berleezy was getting tired of gaming. Honestly, even before we start, I can just comment on that and say that as you get older, you're going to want to do different things. You can't get mad at somebody for wanting to do something different. Like, you could move on or you could support them in their new endeavor. Simple as that. So let's just get into the video, see what I got to say. This is probably going to be like an hour video. See, I've already been talking for 3 minutes. I didn't even play the video yet. So let's get to the video.
I know you see the title of the video and you're either in two categories. The first being you watch maybe 15 videos a day of some guy explaining to you why some YouTuber you'd never heard of is falling off in some way.
Low key, that's me.
And just expect me to shit all over whoever I'm going to be talking about. And the second category of people watching this video are probably thinking to themselves, who the fuck is this dirty ass, broke ass, bitch ass, stupid ass, dumb irrelevant motherfucker talking shit about Berleezy?
Yeah, that was low key a projection showing the Social Blade stats and all of that. Cause I mean, I'm a content creator, so I get into it. So sometimes you feel like, yo, the fuck am I doing these videos for? I'm not growing. I'm not getting the subscribers I want. But it's a grind. It's a long grind. So I feel like that was like there was a bit of a projection with a little bit of like humor and exaggeration added into it. But yeah, people do feel like that. Like, who this bum ass nigga with 100 subscribers talking about the great Berleezy? I was one of them niggas. I like low key. I'm one of them niggas. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here reacting to the video right now.
They probably already went down to the comments to type out the most hateful, insulting, dastardly comment about me, how I'm irrelevant, how my channel's irrelevant, my videos are irrelevant, my life's irrelevant, how I'm gay, my videos are gay, my voice is gay, and how this video is ultimately unnecessary.
What?
Well, first of all videos on YouTube are ultimately unnecessary.
Bro funny. I fuck with bro already. He funny. I'm not the type to go shit on somebody in the comments. Like, I'm not gonna do that. We all here trying to create content, but I will critique it through reaction videos such as this. I'm not gonna go in your comment sections and talk shit. I'm gonna put not only my name, I'm gonna put my face on it, and I'm gonna talk to you directly. And if it have to be to a point where you want it to be said to your face, I can say it to your face. I'm not afraid of no man or being on this fucking earth.
And second, this video was not made simply to shit on Berleezy just because. This video is to explain my grievances with Berleezy's content today and discuss the factors that might have led him to this position, as I actually used to love watching Berleezy, as with other YouTubers like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and the Rad Brad essentially made my childhood and were the core components that would eventually cause me to create my own YouTube videos. So you might be asking, what's the problem? Why make this video if he's such a big inspiration for you? Well, for that exact reason, I feel like I need to make this video, as I believe the Berleezy that I and many others grew up with is not the same one we're watching today. The once energetic, charismatic, and funny 20-something-year-old who always had a roast in one hand and a quick-witted quip in the other, in my opinion, is long gone. But to explain this, we'll have to go back, all the way back to December 16th, 1992.
Long gone is kind of crazy. I don't know. Long gone is kind of crazy.
During this time, a young baby boy was born. Not much is really known about Berleezy's early life.
Where did you get these baby pictures?
Detailing specific points in his life, memories of which have been mostly clipped into hour-long videos specifically dedicated to his story times, which are really entertaining, to be fair. Berleezy was born in California, of which he would spend the better part of his life there. He attended California State University, majoring in English, and would eventually become the president of the school's black union. Up until this point, Berlin was living the average life of a young adult, drinking, partying, and hanging out with his friends, and playing video games, of course. This will be important later. Berleezy created his channel in September 2012. Nothing was posted until April of the same year, where he'd post his first video to the site, titled April Fools. The video consisted of an April Fool's prank, of which he'd pretend to give his longtime friend LJ a series of iPads, of which housed a variety of items, none of them iPads. That was really most of Berlin's content at this time, just a guy making skits with his friends. He would later then start making vlogs, documenting his life at college. These vlogs, unlike his skits, I've actually watched, and I'd say they're pretty entertaining. They're really chill and down to earth. It's kind of nostalgic looking back and seeing how he was before the fame. But what would come next would change Berlin's life forever.
Honestly, I just found out about Berleezy like I just started watching him seriously like 2019, 2020, to be honest. And the only time I heard about him before that was when he was like, damn, who that? And it ended up being Jax. That went viral. So I saw when that went viral. And that was pretty much it. When I found out about Berleezy, I went back and watched his content, and I found these vlogs, and I found the skits, and I found the exposed videos, which he's probably about to get into right now. And I remember the video, 10,000 subscribers, bitch, like he was going crazy. So yeah, I've seen it come up as well. I went back and like reacclimated myself on the come up.
Welcome back to another installment of Exposed. It is your host with the roast, you feel me, Berleezy, and I'm back with a very, very highly demanded video. Yes, y'all been wanting this one. I see the comments, I be seeing the tweets, I be getting the DMs. Today, we are flaming the one, the only. Before we get this video started, and let me just let y'all know what this is now. This is a paint stain, okay? I live in a garage. Things like this happen. Anyways, before I get this one started, I want to address something that I've been getting recently, okay? It's a comment that keeps recurring in my timeline, and that is, oh, Berleezy, why do you scream so much? Oh, Berleezy, why do you yell so much? Listen, being loud is fun for me, and I'm assuming because you're here with me from those videos, we can be loud together, okay? Okay? Let me be loud, okay? Now, let's get it!
December 2nd, 2015, Berlin would post a video with the title Rugrats.
Yo, yeah, I saw this one. I saw the one Rugrats Exposed. Like he went berserk with the I went back and watched a lot of these, and he was consistent. He was dropping these like a motherfucker, and they all was bangers because he was just wilding, roasting cartoons.
Watch Lil's crazy ass. Look at how
the video consisted of Berlin roasting the intro to the show. It was a funny video, like really funny, like I can't breathe funny. So funny, the video has amassed over 2 million views. See, with this video, Berlin started to get a lot more exposure to his channel. People come from all sides of the internet to watch a guy roast the mess out of the Rugrats. As most likely, one guy watched the video, shared it to their Facebook page, or something. Then another person watched it and they shared it to their Facebook page. And then another, okay, you get it. Needless to say, Berlin had never seen this much traction to his channel, as this video mostly consisted of vlogs and videos discussing various topics that many could relate to. One could say that Rugrats Exposed was a risk for his channel at this time, a risk that would be extremely beneficial for him and later laid down the groundwork for what was to come. As with the success of the first exposed video, he just decided to keep making more, with each one continuously getting more brutal, pulling no punches, and delivering.
Nah, the Magic School Bus one was mad funny. Go watch that one. The Magic School Bus one, he went in.
With the funniest commentary that at this point has solidified him into the Internet Hall of Fame.
They gonna open up with you, Oscar? Is this Proud Family or Finding Nemo, bitch? Cause you look just like Dory with them little ass ears on your cheeks. Yo, we have a lot to get through in this video, so I'm gonna spare your ass for now. That purple tight ass tie, man, out my face. Man, I do not care. Trudy Proud can get it.
Indeed. But we gonna move on.
I'm not the only one who thinks that either. Don't even play.
You not, blood.
I put it in her animated booty so quick. If she
I
a
would
cartoon,
too.
I'm a cartoon, nigga.
I would too. Yep.
You and me will always be tied.
Penny, you know damn well you ain't getting no reception with that Flintstone phone in your hand. Look at that smile on your face. Who you talking to? This nigga 15 Cent? We ain't forgot. What's your little thought ass? What you need to do is call your barber and have him cut that alfalfa shit off your head. You know you see that.
I know that.
Okay, Disney. So you just thought niggas wasn't gonna notice that Oscar's eating chicken and waffles for breakfast. You might as well finish the stereotype and yep, there you go. Yep.
The Kool-Aid.
He's really tying up this bib like he's about to spill some shit. Nigga, that food dry as hell. Where's your syrup at? Where's your Tabasco sauce? How the fuck she do that? Damn, you couldn't leave Oscar a bite? You didn't make any of that. Don't kiss me and then drink my damn milk.
Damn, who is shooting at you? How does your show open up with your ass getting blasted on? DW has to be the top 5 worst cartoon characters of all time.
She a demon.
Such a mean ass.
Like I feel like DW laid the foundation for the. Well, okay, maybe not the foundation, but she was one of the integral parts of the bratty little sister role.
Rodin, still to this day, that creepy ass poster in the back match her evil ass soul. That's why I'm glad Arthur clocked your bitch ass, man.
I told you not to touch it.
Bink.
Your dumb ass kid.
Rocked her shit.
Oh my god, back up. Yo, Arthur loves hanging with this big jawed Donkey Kong. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I really hate this bald piece of shit. And I'm already knowing I'm gonna get thumbs down for saying that. I don't care. I don't give a fuck no more. This balloon head, lollipop face ass brat did nothing for me growing up. Think about it. As a kid, what did Caillou teach you other than to cry and bitch and moan for whatever you wanted? Fuck out of here, you bald fuck. I hate you.
Pause! What is that?
Seriously, you most likely have heard sound effects from his Exposed series and other YouTubers' videos. To put it simply, Berlin's Exposed series was legendary, and if he was to start making videos then and there, he would have more than put his stamp on internet culture. The 14th of June, 2016, Berlin would possibly make one of the greatest decisions of his life when he created the iberleezy channel. As I said, up until this point, Berlin's content mostly consisted of vlogs, skits, and commentary videos, and the Exposed videos, of course, but due to how popular the Exposed series was, he just kept on doing them, to the point where it took up most of the uploads on his channel, with some non-exposed videos to break up the pattern, but even still, exposed videos look like they were here to stay, or at least that's what we thought.
I'm not even gonna draw this out. I'm gonna say my piece and we're gonna keep going. I created the Exposed series last year, right? It was based solely around roasting and exposing the weird things.
That's how you know he was getting his money up, because back then Stussy, and I think even still now, Stussy is an expensive brand. So like that's like, all right, I got a little money now. I could spend a little hundred on a top on one piece, and then he got the little gold chain going on, and that's probably real. He got the iMac. He was getting money at this time.
Cartoon theme songs in my generation growing up, right?
Got the Apple Watch.
Away, and I probably don't upload these as often as y'all like. And thankfully, there have been other YouTubers on here doing the exact same thing, roasting cartoons, doing whatever the fuck they do, right? If you funny and you doing it, bruh, shout out to you. I'm loving it. But I need my exposed series, the shit that I created, that like people know me for, to continue to grow, and I can't do that. I can't do that personally if I'm just sticking to cartoons. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say that I figured out what I'm gonna do next, and some of y'all gonna love it. Some of y'all gonna be like, But thankfully, there's other people who roast cartoons if you want to just see cartoons being roasted. But I'm taking this shit this year to a whole nother level. And I'm hoping that y'all come along with me, because this shit is gonna be fire. I promise you, after I post this Courage Exposed, which will be coming soon, I'm not gonna even give dates no more, because every time I do that, I don't keep them. So just know that Courage is coming, and after Courage will be my first try at this new spin I want to take on the Exposed series.
Okay.
To prove to y'all, like, this shit ain't going nowhere.
As a 24-year-old, Berlin didn't want to keep making exposed videos anymore. He was older, had different interests, and with an increase in age, was more mature, and really didn't want to keep screaming at cartoons for the rest of his career. So he devised a plan in which could combine another passion in his life, making content that would be changing genres, but not his personality. July 28th, 2016, Berlin would post his first ever video to his new channel, iberleezy. The video was essentially him announcing his gaming channel and telling his fans where they could find him.
What's good, y'all? Making this video just real quick so y'all know you are in the right place. Berleezy's official gaming channel, iberleezy, kind of like iCarly. Y'all subscribe up so you can know when I'm posting videos on this channel. I love each and every one of y'all. For real, though. Bye.
People didn't support this decision at first, as they saw it as him abandoning his core fanbase, distancing himself from the content that made him so successful in the first place. Many of his viewers saying that the gaming channel was going to flop.
I mean, but when he started doing the Exposed series, he did the same thing. And you didn't bash him for it. You didn't praise him for it either, but you didn't bash him for it. So he can. So my thing is with people that support content creators is, so they're allowed to change up and do something different as long as y'all approve of it. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. I'm the artist. I create. You consume. You can give me feedback, but I don't have to listen to your feedback. You feel me? Like, and you can say, oh, well, we got you where you are, and I appreciate y'all for that, and I love y'all for that, forever love y'all for that. But I'm not going to sit here and just be a gesture and jump around like a monkey and do whatever y'all want me to do. I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do, because I'm the creator. I'm the artist. If you don't like it, like he said, there was other people doing exposed cartoons at the time. You could go watch their shit. And then you can maybe try to see if you can enjoy my new endeavor, if you could support me on my new endeavor. And if you don't want to support me on my new endeavor, that's fine. We could wipe the slate clean. I appreciate you for when you did support me. And if you don't support me no more, wipe the slate clean. You go have a great life, and so will I.
That nobody wants to see gaming videos, and I should stick to his strengths and keep making the Exposed series. Berlin wouldn't listen to the naysayers and kept his eye on the prize, doing what he thought was best for himself and having fun doing it. He didn't care that the decision wasn't met with immediate love. He always knew in the back of his head that people would come around.
Well, we started
and they did,
because
and they still do. And they still do.
Video games. We want to make things that were really dramatic and full of awesome characters.
When we set out to build episodes, it really was for us a lot about, wow, this is a lot like what TV does, and we can do cliffhangers and we can keep people engaged over time.
Yo, shout out to Telltale. I've played a couple of Telltale games now. Shout out to fucking Telltale games. They know how to make a fucking episodic joint. Like, you know what I want Telltale and Remedy to get together and make some wicked shit, like a new IP. No Alan Wake, no Walking Dead, no The Expanse, no none of that. No The Wolf Among Us. I want them to get together and make, or they could get together and do an Alan Wake. Telltale and Remedy could do an Alan Wake, or Telltale could do a Remedy style game. Like, I really want those two companies. I know I'm not the first person. I can't be the first person to think about this, but they gotta get together and do something, bro. That would be so fire.
Core mechanic is in the investment in these characters. It's about how to tell a story and let the player take ownership of their part in this story.
The Telltale ethos is kind of baked right into the name of the company. They're storytellers.
When we're looking for licenses, we always try to start out and think, you know, what's something that we're all fans of, and also what's something that has a really cool, unique world where we feel like there's a lot of great opportunities for great stories.
We're at a really cool position to be able to point at things that we really dig and say, we want to work on that. We want to do something with that.
We've done a lot of comedy, a lot of lightheartedness, And to kind of force our hand to do something that was more adult, more dramatic, was a good direction to challenge us.
I watched him play a little bit of this. I try not to see the whole thing because I want to play this. This is going to be one of the games that I play, the Walking Dead series.
The Walking Dead Season 1 for a lot of people was how they discovered Berlin's content, and for good reason.
Yeah. That's not how I discovered it, but I mean, this was one of the series that I actually watched a decent chunk of. I try not to watch all of it. I watch him play it, and I watch RDC play it. I try not to watch all of it because, again, I want to play it myself one day. And I have the games now. I just got to find the time to slide it into the appropriate time to slide it into the schedule, the stream schedule.
Shut the fuck up!
The Walking Dead Season 1 is arguably the best series on Berlin's channel. How could it not be? Berlin was always an energetic person, very hyper, and as we've seen from this Exposed series, even though at times he can be very loud and aggressive, is also very well spoken. A person who at the time said what was on his mind no matter what, which in combination with his well-spoken voice and aggressive commentary, and the raw dialogue, complex characters, and dire events of The Walking Dead has easily given us some of the most quotable lines in YouTube history.
Breathing. I think he's had a heart attack.
Wait, what he said? He said that kind of fast.
And who at the time said what was on his mind no matter what, which in combination with his well-spoken voice and aggressive commentary, and the raw dialogue, complex characters, and dire events of The Walking Dead has easily given us some of the most quotable lines in YouTube history.
True.
I think he's had a heart attack.
You think? You're doing too much right now. It's not even that hard of a decision. Kenny, you're doing too much.
Is he breathing?
You're doing too much.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, let me take over. Keep checking his pulse.
If he die, I'm gonna just grab a salt lick and smack. Kenny's trying to do it before me.
He's gonna turn. You're putting all of us at risk, you
One,
son of a bitch.
Two,
Worst
three. Oh my God!
Oh!
Kenny did it!
Whoa! See, that's the thing. Like, I'll never be one of those like YouTubers. Like, even when I was younger, I probably wouldn't have been like. Cause I don't get scared. Like a lot of people get traction because of their reactions. Like, you know how Speed is like super hyper, Kai is super hyper, Berleezy super hyper. Even in his older age, he's still like super hyper. I've never been like that. I'm more like chill. I know people have given me compliments about being like a really chill dude, but I feel like it takes longer to get traction like that because you're not like like I could joke around with the best of them, but I'm more like laid back, like chill kind of dude.
Bro, get back! Get back! Lowest. Are you stupid? Oh, Cuddy, you gotta do better.
Nah, but some I ain't gonna lie. Some games do be getting me a little turned up. I ain't gonna lie. It take me a minute to get teed up. It take me a minute to get teed up. I'm not just like I don't wake up on 10. I wake up on like 5, and it just take me a while to get teed up like that. Cause if you go to my shorts, I'm turned up on there, but that's me catching myself in a turned up moment. I'm not always turned up.
Cuddy?
Don't make me do this!
Don't make me do it!
Nigga, what? Flawless head, yeah.
The channel would grow exponentially from this formula, playing games and just being himself, which fortunately was what made them so enjoyable in the first place. Unlike many other YouTubers in the same field who have to force continuous commentary in an attempt to keep their viewers' attention.
Ooh, he throwing shade. He throwing shade. As Sidemen and Kai Cenat, he picked that clip on purpose. Oh shit, he throwing shade. This boy brave. He trying to get put on. He trying to get put the fuck on. Shout out to Roscoe.
That really only makes their videos even better.
What did he say about them?
Was what made them so enjoyable in the first place. Unlike many other YouTubers in the same field who have to force continuous commentary in an attempt to keep their viewers' attention, that really only makes their videos even more unbearable to sit through. Berlin didn't need to do that.
I mean, is that forced or is that like just like a sketch, more like a sketch comedy show? I liken what the Sidemen do to a sketch comedy show. It's an improv. It's improv. It's like Whose Line Is It Anyway, or one of those kind of shows. So I don't see what's forced about it. I wish he would elaborate on that more. How is that forced? How are they forcing interaction? It's literally an environment that's just set up like a television show. I feel like that's not a forced interaction. I don't know. I would need more. I wish he would have elaborated on that.
That, as he, no matter what game he was playing, always found a way to make it entertaining. Like Doki Doki Literature Club, a horror game in which he wait 5 hours to get scared, a game in which reading takes up 95% of the gameplay, he still finds a way to make it entertaining.
It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger.
Oh.
Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. If she does
what I think she gonna
what
do.
I think a freak like her would do.
She gonna suck her finger off. She gonna suck the blood off her finger.
Turn me on. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning.
See? I never even watched this one. I be knowing, bro. Up here with it.
Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound.
Ooh wee. Ooh wee.
Yeah, that turns me on a little bit. I know it's nasty, I know it's gross, but Yuri, honestly, if I was really Berleezy in this situation and a girl like Yuri did that to my finger, I'm smashing.
Indeed.
And I'm not pulling out.
Indeed. If she's of age, if she's of age, if she's of age, if she's of age. Don't fucking play with me. Ain't gonna clip me 10 years later and be like, oh, JusticeXFalls is a pervert. Suck my dick.
Wanna play with my blood?
Play with my seeds.
This was mostly due to his say whatever's on his mind mentality, where he'd be playing a game and just out of nowhere he'd say some crazy shit.
Sodomized. I see you with them thighs. Liz, you got the prize.
Uh-huh.
I want a piece of that pie.
Right.
And I'ma cream it.
Uh-huh. Talk to them. Talk to these niggas. Talk to these niggas, Berleezy.
This would be a staple in all of his videos for years to come, diversifying his content with new ideas and formats like Would You Rather and 3 Scary Games. But even with the success of the gaming channel, still people wanted
see,
to
this
return
is
to
the
what
clip.
put him on
That's the clip. That's the clip.
of his videos for years to come, diversifying his content with new ideas and formats like Would You Rather and 3 Scary Games. But even with the success
like it's Jax now on a slow zoom up like that, and you don't know, you might think that that's a woman. And he was like, damn, she look good, like her shit fat or something like that. And then he saw it, and then yeah, so and people did like edits, a bunch of edits and stuff like that. Even edits of him, because there's like an edit of him when he was doing a skit where he was like, he's gay, you're gay, like he's gay, like yeah. This is when I first even heard of Berleezy. This is before I even thought about making content.
of the gaming channel, still people wanted to return to what put him on the map in the first place.
Berlin, when he's been trying to diversify his content for the better part of 2 years, just for people to tell him to go back to the content he attempted to divert from in the first place. And I mean, and you're in that group. You're in that group though, Mr. Roscoe. So
The Exposed series.
Question 5. I subscribe for roast, and you barely do roast anymore. What should I do? Look, man, I got some solutions for you. Either get over it, or you can unsubscribe. Or check out some of these dope channels who roast cartoons. I only know 2.
Well, hold on.
There's Stonedy. Shout out Stonedy. And there's...
Oh, I thought I had a dead pixel on my screen, bro. I was about to go berserk. Hell no.
Psychopio. Shout out Psychopio. Go check out the homie showing some love.
In which Berlin would ignore these requests, not wanting to go back to an old style of content that just wasn't him anymore. So he kept going, posting videos that he enjoyed and thought his audience would enjoy too.
I remember the Berleezy VR era. It was an era where he was going crazy on the VR content. I want to learn how to do that, like how to play my VR, and then y'all could see me moving and I could play the gameplay, because I only know how to right now extract the gameplay after I finish playing.
and they did, to the point where the iberleezy channel would surpass the Berlin channel in every way. More views, more subscribers, and a better reach. I gave him more
How much?
the
Oh,
Berlin
2
channel
million.
in every way. More views, more subscribers, and a
2.7,
better
yeah.
reach. I gave him more access to better opportunities and would eventually put him in close contact with some of the most influential people in the world. But here are where the problems start to arise. So before I start, I'm gonna have to explain a few things. So you might be thinking, if he's making all these connections, gaining all these subscribers, and making more money than he's ever seen in his life, what's the problem? Well, you see, just because someone or something is successful doesn't mean that someone or something is actually good. By the way, this is not an attack on Berlin's character. Just him as a brand, his channel, and his likeness. But in this case, I'll be talking about his content. That is not
See,
good.
but you use that movie as an example. Now, the thing with let's go back to that. For example, Phantom Menace made 1.027 billion off a $150 budget, and the fight scenes are amazing. Now, hold on, let me continue. Let me let him finish his point, and then I'll go back.
Is actually good. By the way, this is not an attack on Berlin's character.
Wait, what did he say?
If he's making all these connections, gaining all these subscribers, and making more money than he's ever seen in his life, what's the problem? Well, you see, just because someone or something is successful doesn't mean that someone or something is actually good. By the way, this is not an attack on Berlin.
Okay, that is true, because it's a lot of trash musicians out here. Well, I don't even call them musicians. It's a lot of trash artists. It's a lot of trash people that make music that are hella successful right now. So that I can agree with. Let me let him finish his point.
His character, just him as a brand, his channel, and his likeness. But in this case, I'll be talking about his content. That is not good. But to fully understand where I'm coming from, we'll have to go back, all the way back to the start of Berlin's channel. Going back to the Walking Dead era, the reason why that series and that 2016 to 2019 period was so good was due to the natural charisma that Berlin had and the deep investment that he showed when playing them. This concept is what gave us iconic quotes like this one.
Damn, they're trying to immerse me. They're trying to immerse me very quickly.
A line he would use to break the fourth wall and tell the audience that he was immersing into the story of the game. God, the script is shit. What I'm trying to say is that the charisma and energy that made Berlin's content within this period so enjoyable seems to have disappeared with his newest videos, with them being incredibly boring. The once quick-witted, brutally honest, say whatever's on his mind attitude that made his content so entertaining has been replaced with a slower, stuttery, unfunny mess at sometimes. With his videos feeling like he's even bored recording. I don't and most likely will never know the cause of this, but I'll try to explain the reasons to why Berlin's content feels so stale. The days of Berlin just saying whatever he wants whenever he wanted are long gone, but maybe it's for the best. Niggas get offended over everything nowadays. It's pretty evident, as with almost all of his videos, there seems to be a distinct lack of confidence. He always cuts himself off mid-sentence. At first I thought this was for the sake of comedic effect, cutting yourself off before saying something provocative, but he does the same joke all the time to the point where it becomes annoying, just repeating the same gag over and over again because he can't come up with anything else to say. Like with his Life is Strange videos, some would say peak Berleezy, and I wouldn't argue with them. This series up until True Colors is a goated saga. But to show you that
What was that?
This series up until True Colors is a goated saga.
And I say up until because the game you feel like the game he feels like the game is trash. Now as far as the Life is Strange series, I feel like Colors isn't as good as the rest of it. However, I don't think it's trash. It probably just wasn't your cup of tea, but I don't think it was trash. Now, as far as Berleezy's content getting like kind of stale, I mean that's a valid criticism if you were used to him wilding out before and talking shit and all that and saying whatever came to his mind, and now he's like not doing that, he's being more cautious. That's a valid criticism because I mean I could explain it. It's because he's making more money now. He's a businessman now. He kind of has to watch what he says, especially in this era where, well, you even said it yourself, motherfuckers is sensitive as shit. You can't even say what you want to say. So sometimes he'll let it go, he'll let it fly, and sometimes he'll hold himself back. Especially if it's like a sponsored video. There's certain shit you just can't say. Like you could cuss and shit, but like some of the out of pocket shit he was saying before that got him to where he is now, you can't really say that shit no more. You can't really do that because you're doing sponsored content for corporations that support certain views, you know. And I'm never gonna stop nobody bag, and I'm not gonna let the company that's paying me's beliefs stop me from getting to the fucking bag unless it's something I really, really don't believe in, like the company believes in slavery or, genocide and shit like that, like wild shit. If it's some other small shit that I don't really care about, cool, I'm gonna go get that bag. So you got to really think about that too. It's not just like, oh, he's boring now, he changed. It's a deliberate change because like he's a different man now. He's in a different echelon. He's working with different companies and shit. So while the criticism is valid, the reason why he's doing it is also valid. So I mean, I don't know. For me, that might balance out. For you, it might not. For which I don't think it does. Based off how based off how he's talking.
The decline in commentary, I'll show you 2 clips, and you tell me who seems more comfortable.
This gnome has been places.
And ain't saying shit about where he's been. That nigga don't snitch, bro. He is solid, bro.
Perfect.
That guy's bad to the gnome.
Right? I heard he won the Nobel Peace Prize.
I mean, the dialogue is kind of stale there too. What do you want him to say?
That guy's bad to the gnome.
Right? I heard he won the Nobel Peace Prize.
This isn't Berleezy's fault, but the dialogue in these games is so bad that it makes the playthrough impossible to sit through. I'll explain what I mean later, but damn, does this dialogue suck? Which poses the questions, why even play these games in the first place when he knows dead air like this is inevitable? When he'll play this, but not to finish Spider-Man 4, PS4, God of War. I feel like that's nitpicky. You don't know what's going on in his life. And again, could be a sponsored post, could be something that his fans sat through. You might be one of the people that didn't want to see this game, but there's probably hundreds of thousands of other people that did want to see this game, and that's why he's playing it right now, and that's why he didn't finish, and that's probably might be part of why he didn't finish Spider-Man PS4 God of War. You can't expect the nigga to be perfect, bro. Like, he's doing the best that he can, bro. Now, like, again, your criticism is valid, but now you're getting a little bit nitpicky with it. You don't know this nigga life, you feel me? You know, I don't know. This is a little nitpicky here. I do agree that the dialogue there was kind of dry. And dead air is inevitable for any stream. Like, do you stream, bro? Like, does this guy stream? Or does all he do is make criticism videos? Like, do you actually stream? Where's your
Wolf Among Us holds a special place in my...
You just do these think piece videos where you have time to sit down and edit and do a script and think about what you're writing. Like, that, it's a different animal doing live content, blood. Like, you got to understand that. You got the Patreon already. He confident. He think he about to come up. I fuck with that, though. He's look like he's consistent, too. Five Nights at Freddy movie is actually good. Oh, yeah, Corey Kenshin was in it, yeah. Oh, he's not playing. He's coming for it. He's coming for it. But, like, unless you stream, you're not going to understand what I'm saying. You're not really going to understand what I'm saying unless you stream. Popular, okay. I just want to see how long he's been creating content. Yeah, you don't stream, so, like, you're not really going to understand. Like, dead air is going to be inevitable. It's like, it's hard to, like, talk for hours and hours. I stream for 5 hours every day, except Sunday. It's hard to talk for hours upon hours upon hours and to be entertaining for hours upon hours upon hours and to maintain our audience. So sometimes there's going to be dead air like this, especially when the dialogue in the game is dry as fuck. Like, I feel like if he understood the psychology of streaming, his criticism wouldn't be as harsh there. And if he understood that motherfuckers got lives, like, he would understand why he didn't finish. He probably forgot about these games, why he didn't finish these games. Like, come on now. I don't feel like that's a fair critic. I don't feel like that. This part of the criticism, I don't feel like that's fair.
Oh, God, please stop.
Oh, my gosh.
No problem.
No problem. She's stupid.
I feel the same way because I heard him say that, and I'm like, is he doing what I think he do? And then she just
Back
followed
to the gnome.
right after him. That shit don't make no sense.
I would have been like, I don't know. I'd be like, I don't know what you talking about, sis. I don't know what you talking about. I'd have dragged it. Once you say stop, because now you're ruining my fun. So now it's fuck you. Especially if I don't rock with you like that, I'm going in. I'm annoying the fuck out of you. He's done the same gag multiple times where he'll say something unironically funny, unironically unfunny, then look down and just stay there and pop back up. This happens multiple times. In so many of his newer videos, it's like the commentary has just been eviscerated into nothing and replaced with this boring ass shit.
You can make anything pretty if you shove a bouquet inside.
Whoa. What kind of comment is that?
He was in here. Okay, I didn't know, y'all. I thought he was.
I know this is probably just a preference or just nostalgia. That's exactly what it is. See, at least he knows. You smart. Roscoe, you a smart dude. You a smart dude. At least you know that you're kind of being a little nitpicky there. You know, but okay, so I know this is possibly just a preference or just nostalgia, but the way he used to talk was just relatable. This is probably due to the way his mic used to sound and the fact that it's kind of bad is why these videos feel so special. It's not like now where everything he does is overly professional and produced. It takes away from a lot of the personality in later videos. Now, I feel you on that. Like, when you've been watching the content creator for years and you see them come up from a modest setup and now they're getting bread, they're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars a month or tens of thousands of dollars a month or even thousands of dollars a month. And they start upping the quality, you know, it starts to become more like sterile. Like, I'll use not to come down on him, but the Black Hokage. Like I feel like the content he was doing maybe a few years ago, minus like the cringy shit, like saying the F slur and shit like that, it was more entertaining because it felt like more relatable because of the gear he was using. Now super professional. He has a high quality webcam. The settings is all cool looking in OBS and stuff. So one might feel that the personality might be sucked out of it, like the soul is sucked out of it. Like you can't feel it no more. So I understand that criticism, but I mean, it's a natural progression. When you get more money, you get better at your craft. You're gonna want a more professional style of video, unless you just don't care about that and you're just one of those creators where what you say is just so impactful that it doesn't matter the quality of your content. Like, I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about. I gave you one on the professional spectrum, and I'm going to give you one on the more so like the more DIY vibe. And I think he does this on purpose because I'm pretty sure he's making enough money now to get a professional setup. What's my man, Classic Man D? Now, Classic Man D, you see he has over 500,000 subscribers. He kind of look like me too, low key. Shout out to Classic Man D. Like, if you look at his content, he's pointing to
folks, it's about that time.
Look,
And ever since I started going to the gym consistently, I have never felt more powerful. Like, when you have that really good workout and you break that personal record, man, it makes you.
He has a very charismatic voice. He has like a radio type voice, but he's pointing the camera at he's pointing his cell phone at himself, and then he turns the camera around, points it at the TV, cuts it together, boom, video, 49K likes, 517 comments, and he uploaded the shit 16 hours ago. He's so charismatic, people don't even care about the quality of his videos. And I think it helps when you keep this down home kind of approach. You see a lot of his videos of him just pointing the camera at the TV. Instead, he ripped the footage and downloaded it and cut it together professionally to make the quality look better. He's doing this on purpose. Look at these views. He's smashing it with these views. Even his short form, even his long form content, he's smashing it. You know, so it's smart. This guy's a smart dude. He knows what he's doing. I feel like you got to know your audience, and I feel like this criticism that he's given is kind of like, although a lot of people might agree with it, I feel like it's kind of like a drop in the bucket compared to the people that still fuck with Berleezy and is happy that he's able to get a more professional setup. Like when he showed his new house and he showed the new background and all that, the new green screen, I was happy for dude. And then when they was doing the little Speak Easy podcast for a little bit, I was happy for dude because he upgraded. It looks professional now. Now you can really take shit to the next level. I guess he's one of those fans that feels the opposite way. Like you should just stay humble, stay down, and, you know, stay in that relatable area. I know Kai Cenat does that a lot. Even though he's like a superstar now, he tries to be more relatable to his fan base. Like you won't never hear him talk about how much money he got, even though you could tell he got a lot of money.
Whatever the fuck. Oh look, Max Amber, nice outfit. By the way, thanks for getting me fucking expelled, you tweet bitch.
Hey, yo, why you talking to her like that, gang? Up until this point, Berleezy was genuinely invested in the story. So his reaction here is not only funny, but makes sense since he likes Max and doesn't hear her like to get assaulted like this. But you see what I'm talking about. He's invested.
Considering we're in a public diner with a police officer right over there, you shouldn't advertise your rage, Prescott.
Oh yeah? You should.
This is kind of unfair, but the game he's playing is genuinely interesting. The dialogue is intriguing. The conflict is easily recognizable in the overall story. Although I don't think it's amazing, it's engaging enough to where you're interested in these characters, especially if you're into each other's choices like this. Yeah, so you're gonna be invested. You're not gonna talk. That's why I said when you're streaming, it's gonna be dead air. And I feel like he understands that even though he doesn't stream. So it's like, why then turn around and criticize him just because he's not doing it in a way that you want him to do it? Like, I don't know. He did comment on the gnome. And that was a typical Berleezy quip. I don't know. I hate debunking people's shit when I see they worked hard on it, but you're kind of making it easy for me right here, brother.
The bitch snitched on me to that fucked up principal.
You shouldn't have bitch snitched me. Why you say it like that? Whoever did the voice acting for this character, he was too passionate.
He's confident.
I'm
like,
are you good?
Yeah.
That's what I would have.
Like he was way too passionate. Like first of all, like that character, if it was a dude his size, he would not talk to a dude this size. But you talking to a girl that's half your size that you bully all the time. Like I hate bullies. Usually bullies are so pussy.
Dude, I'm like, sir, are you good? He would have been like. Like, bro, chill.
See what I'm saying? It's just the commentary is just.
Alright, you glazing.
I'm making this such
you glazing. Chill.
Content revolves around you. It's detrimental that your personality in your videos is as interesting and entertaining as possible, which in its current point in time isn't. The second reason that I believe fed into Berlin's downfall is that there's no variety anymore. In the past, he would play any game. Literally any game, regardless of how boring it was, his commentary would always make it enjoyable to watch. Life is Strange, The Walking Dead, Heavy Rain, Bully, Outlast 1, Outlast 2, Fortnite, Walking Dead Sins and Sinners, Northbury Grove, Hidden Agenda, Batman Telltale, Ape Escape, Last of Us, God of War, A Way Out, Nigga, Until Dawn, Jesus.
Yo! How the fuck did he do that?
Berlin was getting his bag when he made this shit, holy. But still, the point I'm trying to make is that Berlin, even though he made the same style of content, every video was completely different. Because every single game he played was different, and that created variety. And I don't think I need to tell you why that's a good thing. Compare that all to now, and I'm not joking when I say this, but every single game Berlin has posted has been a horror game. Not good horror games, indie horror games to be exact. Not good indie horror games, but literally random horror games no one's ever heard of. And I feel this is more detrimental to Berleezy's lack of impactful content, as there's no connection to what he's playing. Before, when playing a game, it seemed like he had a deep connection with the characters and story, which led him to the iconic moments that we love so much.
Sorry about Bree. Damn.
Okay, that's a very valid criticism. I'm not sure. I'm not in his mind. I'm not around him. I don't know Berleezy through a hole in the wall, but. So I can't really explain why he's going for the horror games. I know that is a niche and that is a vibe. I know Markiplier does it a lot. I know Corey X Kenshin does it a lot. So honestly, and I'm gonna be real, honestly, I found myself watching less of Berleezy as well because he's playing these like to me, and to him as well. Obviously, he's like a lot of like corny indie games. And it's just like, like same thing with Corey X Kenshin. I know he does the Spooky Sundays, but it's like horror videos. Like it's like short films and stuff like that. And then when he plays a horror game, like I'll probably watch some of it, but I like when he plays different games. Like when he was playing Friday Night Funkin', I was tuned the fuck in. This was like the break before the last break. Yeah, I was tuned in because that was just a different type of vibe, different type of game. Sometimes the game you playing does dictate the type of content you make to it, like because it sometimes you get more invested in it. I feel like it's harder to get invested into like an indie horror game unless it's really good. I feel like a lot of them are kind of corny with a lot of cheap jump scares, and they're just corny gameplay loops. Like I'd rather watch this than some of the other shit he's been coming out with lately. So I agree with him on that. I agree, Roscoe. Ding ding, you got a point on that one.
About what happened to Bree.
Please, save your sympathy for someone who's buying it.
What?
You don't think by now I got you figured? You don't strike me as someone who has a lot of consideration for others. Look at what you did to get me to come here with you in the first place. You expect me to believe you give a shit that it wound up costing Bree her life?
Now just hold on a damn minute.
Yeah.
Listen.
No, you listen.
You hold on the goddamn minute.
Here and they look to you as their leader. Well, I'm here to tell you, the kind of leader you are, they're not gonna make it much longer. And you're kidding yourself if you think putting them all on a boat is gonna solve anything. Now, you may not care about all of
There
this.
ain't enough room on that boat.
I know you care about that little girl, which is why I'm gonna make you an offer.
You're not coming on the boat, Vernon.
What kind of an offer?
I'll take her off your hands. Take her back with me. We're well supplied, well hidden, and a lot of us have.
You must be smoking. You must be smoking dick.
Fallen, we got nothing left to fear from them. She'll be safe with us. Safer than she will be if she stays with you.
Walk away, Vernon.
That's what you want for her, isn't it? Be safe.
You must be
You're
smoking.
not on the boat.
You must be smoking dick.
This and give you a chance to walk away, which you ought to do right now.
Fuck out of my face.
I know you think you're doing what's best.
You better
for
get
her.
the hell on.
And if you were her real father, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Fight it. Swing on
But
him.
You're not, are you? Just another one of your lies.
There it is.
Girl's in my care. We've been through more together than you can imagine. Anyone who tries to get between me and her, anyone,
greased up.
is gonna wind up dead.
Sliming him out. Sliming him out.
Vernon, fuck you.
Fuck is you talking about? You sliming him out.
Old ass nigga, I wish it was you instead of Bree. What did you even do out there?
He ain't do shit.
What doctor are you? All you did was find some aspirin and give it to him. I could have done that without you. You got used.
And in your condition, you may not make it to her in time. She needs our help. All of our help.
Damn right. We can't let you do this alone.
So that's settled then. We'll look for Clementine together.
Hell yeah. What are we waiting for?
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. It was so sad. Like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it.
You know I care about Clementine, and I am a Christian man. And I keep asking myself, if this was me, asking you for help, asking you to put your life on the line, would you be there for me? Because there've been plenty of times when you ain't been.
Is this nigga serious?
That's a soundbite. That's a famous soundbite. Is this nigga serious? Like, I see people putting that on their soundboard for their streams and shit like that. That was a famous one right there.
Close your eyes and be thankful you never have to see me as one of them.
Yeah, this was sad.
You can do it. I know you can.
Clem thugged it out though.
Okay, Lee. I can do it. I can.
Clem thugged it out.
Final meeting, Krista.
Final meeting, Krista. They're probably looking for us right now. Stay on high ground. Don't go too far. You'll find them.
She did end up finding them.
They'll take good care of you.
Oh my gosh.
Baby girl.
I can't watch the show, bruh. I can't do it. Not built for this. Not built for this. Always stay away from
Stay
cities.
away from the cities.
Definitely.
They're just not worth the risk.
Yeah, not worth the risk.
And also,
you know, when he got bit, I was like, fuck! Ah! I was so mad.
What is it?
no, don't worry. All right.
Woo!
I'll miss you.
Me too.
Woo! Shit.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child,
I
things
don't
get
even care if the nigga
brighter.
tearing up, bro. I've spent like 10 hours with this nigga Lee, so.
You gotta do it, Clem.
Woo, fuck.
Damn. Blast him. She had to do that. She had to do that. He was gonna turn. She had to do that.
This isn't possible when he plays all these boring ass, purposely cryptic games that are meant to be played once and nothing more.
Hold on. Your subtitles be going by too fast, gang.
It's impossible when he plays all these boring ass, purposely cryptic games that are meant to be.
You know, put a paragraph on the screen and expect niggas to read it in half a second. Come on now. I'm not saying Night of the Consumers is a bad video or bad game in general. In fact, we need videos like this to break up the pattern and add variety. But he plays like this all the time to the point where this is all his content is now. Plus, I didn't have any other visuals to use. Night of the Consumers. Yeah, I mean, it's good to get those indie games out there, but I mean, I don't give a fuck if it's an indie game if it's not good. If it's not good, it's not good. It could be a AAA title, AA title, single A title, indie title. If that shit is trash, that shit is trash, gang. It is what it is.
We played once and nothing more. And
there's plenty indie games that are really good. There's two games that I played over the past couple years that were made by one man. Ultra Age and Infinite Memory. Infinite Memory Bright, some shit like that. It's called like Infinite Memory or some shit like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Those games are fucking fire. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the excuses. You can make a good indie game that's just as good as a AAA title if you got the talent.
Flexing the videos as Berlin looks incredibly bored. The only reason I see why he does this is because money. As horror, especially horror game Let's Plays, are incredibly lucrative and generate insane amounts of money and attention that channels have literally dedicated their entire content to it. But these channels tend to genuinely have a passion for that type of content, which Berlin simply doesn't seem to have. I don't think I need a
that's the difference. Like, Markiplier been doing that. Corey S. Kenshin been doing that. Berleezy he's played horror games before, but he was always been known once he jumped into the gaming, he was always known as the dude that just played whatever game and made it lit. Now he jumping on the spooky game vibes, and it just, I guess, to people like him, because he's not the only one that feels that way, it's kind of soulless.
Depth where sponsored videos are just lame, but combine this with boring commentary, a lack of
get the fuck out. Once you're able to get a sponsor, you gonna play that game. I guarantee you're gonna do that Raid Shadow Legends if they hit you up. I'm doing it. I already got Raid. I've been playing Raid Shadow Legends on my phone for years now. Just before people was even getting sponsored for it. Like, you gonna get that, you gonna do that sponsorship. Nigga said sponsorship videos are lame. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You're gonna take them sponsors. I bet not never see you take no sponsor if sponsor videos are lame. Get the fuck out of here.
Variety and content, continuous uploads of boring ass horror Let's Plays, and you see why it's really upsetting when you see a game.
What was that?
Continuous
I know Berlin has to be on itch.io every day.
Uploads of boring ass horror Let's Plays, and you see why it's really upsetting when you see a game that at a glance seems to break the mold turn out to be a sponsored video, essentially Berlin shilling whatever game he's playing. I know this video has just been me complaining. I really wanted you to understand the frustration I felt for the past 3 years, with Berlin's content just feeling like a shell of his former self, who was once in my eyes one of the greatest creators on the platform, the king of Let's Plays, now fits into the same cookie cutter mold like every other YouTuber. And maybe that's just the way it is, as I think with his more safe
I don't know, bro. You kind of sound like a hater there, because it's not like the nigga fell off and he's doing like terrible bullshit content. It's just he's doing a style of content that's not as good as what it was previously, but the nigga's still getting views. He's still successful. I mean, he's like, just because something's successful doesn't mean it's good. Okay, cool, but he's still successful. You speaking like he's not even successful anymore, like one of the greatest, the king of Let's Play, to now like you act like the nigga just fell off and he not getting no views. Like, I don't know. And then you keep putting Kai Cenat up there. Like, that nigga do different shit every stream. That nigga do different shit. He used to do the corny little pranks, but he stopped doing that because some people called him out for the last one that he did. That nigga do a variety of content, like, and that shit is not easy to pull off. Granted, I ain't agree with the jail shit. But like, how is what Kai Cenat doing cookie cutter? How is what the Cyberman doing cookie cutter? Explain that. You never expounded upon that. The whole video.
Now is less of a case of him abandoning what made his content so special, but him just mellowing out with age. Creating iberleezy was an answer to the monotonous and draining process of making the Exposed series, a channel in which he could express himself in a way outside of just making a series he just wasn't passionate about anymore. The same way Berlin didn't want to just keep making the Exposed series and screaming at cartoons. Maybe he just doesn't want to keep screaming at video games, unless it's an indie horror game, for fuck's sake. Or maybe he's just trying to make as much money as possible in order to help and support
And
the
yeah,
people.
look, he's doing some bros. He's doing the some bros content. What the fuck is this nigga talking about now? Like, you had a few good points, but like overall, like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, come on.
Around him, stretching out the longevity of his channel by broadening the appeal of his content as wide as he can, opening up the doors for new fans to enjoy a new type of Berleezy.
He trying to monetize very quick. He trying to get that bag now. I appreciate the hustle. I appreciate the effort he took, and I appreciate that he was actually a fan of Berleezy and that he's not just some nigga hating on him. But like, I don't know, gang. I don't know. Let's see. Essay warning. Let's see what the pinned comment is. I clicked on this. Ooh, hold on. Ooh, I clicked on this video mad as hell, because I love Berleezy and I was ready to get defensive over my favorite YouTuber. But after watching the full video, I can't say this isn't mindless Berleezy slander. It's genuine criticism from an original fan who loves his content and personality. I feel like this video started the conversation everyone's been avoiding out of respect for Berlin, but the content and his content and how great of a dude he is. I'm a huge fan. I don't want him to feel any more discouraged. He's probably already, and he probably already is. Then he probably already is. So I say all this with as much love and good intention as possible. I definitely have felt the shift in his content and passion in a few years. He doesn't seem to enjoy himself nearly as much as he used to, and I feel like he's drained. He seems jaded, like he's forcing himself to record. You don't touch on this in the video, but also feel like his editing style in the video in the past few years. Bink, I think the editor's name, takes away from his natural charisma and so much just forces all of these unfunny edits and memes and cuts and jumps and sound effects every 15 seconds is generally almost unbearable. Berlin flourishes when it's just him being naturally funny in his own, worth without a million unfunny edits forced into the video. So honestly, I just want to say that Berlin is naturally charismatic and hilarious person that just seems overworked and drained from making content he's not passionate about. He seems more uptight and worried about being himself when unapologetically being himself what drew many fans him in the first place. If I were to offer any advice, I'd say that he should take a long break and spend some time traveling and enjoying himself for a while. I'd love to see him do some casual traveling vlogs where he can be genuinely more relaxed and less pressure. I think he should make a Patreon or something, because I understand why he'd be stressed about consistently creating YouTube content, because it's literally his income. I'm pretty sure people will become patrons because his fan base is loyal. All I just want to see is Berlin enjoy YouTube again. He'll be my favorite YouTuber regardless of the struggles with burnout. These type of essays we like to see. I agree with everything you said. I was going to make a section for the production with his equipment, editing, surrounding, taking away from the authenticity of his content and affecting his ability to be charismatic. But this video will not be 45-50 minutes long. Looking for examples to make a comparison, although I just want to say thank you for commenting and genuinely understanding. So, damn, I hope I stick around to see what I'll do next. What's up? So there's lots of potential. Yeah, I mean, end of the day, like I said, I sometimes reserve criticism of people because I'm not in their life. I don't know what they're doing. Something might look a certain way, but perception ain't always reality. Y'all don't know what the nigga's going through. It might not even be his content. It might be something going on in his life that it ain't really none of our business. So, but I mean, we all just giving our opinions here. So it is what it is. Honestly, like I said, even I find myself not watching as much because the games that he's playing, these horror games that are, you know, kind of corny. Even though, like, even Corey Kenshin, like, I barely watch those videos. I like when he plays other games on Markiplier. I don't really watch Markiplier, but like, I'm not gonna sit there and say that, oh, he's unhappy, his content's not authentic, blase blase. Like this is a different phase of Berleezy that I suppose niggas is not feeling, and that's okay. But to say it's unauthentic, I don't know, because to say it's unauthentic just because it's different from what they were doing before is kind of a wild statement to me. Like, how do I know what's authentically Berleezy? I don't know that man. I don't live with him. I don't know him personally. So how can I really sit there, even as a fan that's been watching his content for a while, that something's unauthentic? I don't understand that part of it. But yeah, I mean, either way, dude is still successful. The downfall, I don't think there's been a downfall at all. I feel like he still gets the same amount of views, and he's still putting out quality content. Although we may not like it, or some people in here may not like it, he's still successful. Now I can understand if he lost like 500,000 subscribers and his views went down by 50, 60, 70, 80%, then you could say he kind of fell off a little bit. But the downfall of Berleezy, that's a very clickbaity title, and a lot of things in this video I was able to debunk. But I don't know. Overall, I think it was a good video though, and I appreciate the fact that he's actually a fan, and he's just not feeling where he's at right now. But that's the beauty of opinions, right? Like, what he's saying right here is not the end all be all. Even if there are people that agree with him, that doesn't mean that this video is the gospel. You know, it's just a guy sharing his opinions. And again, in the comments, some people agree, some people disagree. So yeah, overall, great video. Shout out to Roscoe. Matter of fact, I'm gonna sub up the bro, and I'm gonna check out some of his other videos. I might react to another video, but yeah, I know this video is over an hour long, so most of y'all probably not gonna watch all of this. But if you do, shout out to you. You can skip around and shit and see. But yeah, so you already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy JusticeXFalls, and we out. One.